A simple crypto investing strategy. If you guys are wondering what this thing is on my neck, it is a neck stiffness relief pack with a clothes pack. So I know it looks kind of dorky, but it works awesome. So anyways, back to the topic. I want to give you guys a simple investment strategy, and this is for people who are fairly new to cryptocurrency. And a lot of people will probably know that if anyone who has tried a little bit would probably know that you tend to mess up. It's very easy to mess up when you try to do some trading. Okay, and the ways that typically people mess up is that without the proper education, without the proper information, people are very often getting in at the high price and selling it for an even higher price. So basically, you are kind of like buying high and you're typically buying high and selling for a loss. So people are like, it always happens that way. So, oh yeah, if you guys watched on yesterday's live video, this is the second one. And yes, if you took my suggestion to go and help the markets probably paid you back by now. Isn't that awesome? Very awesome, isn't it? Like across the board, everything is up like 10-20%. Really, really awesome. So back to this topic, I want to give you guys a very simple approach to trading. So the best strategy to making in crypto really is actually involves discipline and at the same time like money management. All right. So how does discipline and money management work out in this scenario? Okay, because a lot of people, like I mentioned, they tend to buy and sell at the wrong prices. Like they buy high, sell low, or they kind of sell low and buy high. No, sorry, kind of sell low and then they basically they're always losing. So how do you prevent that? How do you prevent that kind of emotions that set in when you are trading and you're a lot of people tend to find it very nervous. To go to bed with positions open, and the next morning you find the stress is too much to bear and you just want to get rid of your positions. If you ever felt that way before, just comment down below this video. I felt that way and I know exactly how that feels like. And most traders actually sabotage themselves in the beginning. So this simple strategy is really just buying and holding. Okay, this works well with crypto right now. It's not going to work forever, but basically because we are on track for crypto to go up and up. That's where the market direction is headed. That's where the demand is. So this is the supply and that is the market's demand. And definitely, the demand will drive the price up based on the limited supply. So the crypto market is definitely going up. We had some massive correction the past couple of days, but we are still on track for like 2 trillion by the end of this year. So as long as you enter, okay, even if it goes against you, it's very simple to just hold it out. This will not be a strategy for Forex, for a lot of things. Most of the time, if you're just buying and holding, this is where most Forex traders kind of like screw their accounts over. And I think some of you out here can relate with this example, because sometimes you think that, oh shit, it's moving against me, it's almost going to hit my stop loss. If I shift my stop loss, maybe that's going to help. But the thing is this, there are a lot of factors that drive the strength of currencies, and it's not the same as what drives cryptocurrency. It's totally different. The factors that run there's a lot of infrastructure that's being built, and that's why it's attracting more and more money inflow into the cryptocurrency market in general. The market cap is only going to grow. There will be corrections along the way, such as the one we've seen this week. So far, the one that we've seen this week has been the biggest I've ever seen. It's about 44%. Really, really huge. So how do we handle losses? Like I said, just hold it out. Remember this very clearly, okay? This only works for crypto, and a loss is not a loss until you close the position. A loss is not a loss until you close the position. Many people, they kind of like panic when they see that the market's running down, and they sell for a bad price, and then they tell themselves that, oh, I think it's the best decision ever that you got out because you could have lost a lot more. Only to find that the market was able to find its bottom. And I mentioned about the market finding its bottom in the last video, about how the mechanism that works. So watch my previous video, the previous live video, if you haven't checked that yet. So when markets find the bottom, starts to rebound, and then they found out that they missed the boat. They didn't have to sell at such a low price. They didn't have to bank such a big loss. So the next point is, like, some people may be asking, like, what's stopping? Just a moment, gotta get clear of some noisy dogs in the background. Oh dear. Yeah. Awesome stuff. I'm loving the comments that you're getting. You guys are leaving me about how much we've made since the video I've made yesterday about getting in the markets. Okay. Yeah, I'm also quite up. But okay, let's get back to this point. So a lot of you will be asking, what is stopping a newbie from making the mistake from getting in high and only having to hold a very long period of time before actually seeing a profit? Is that possible? Can that happen? Yes, it can totally happen. So that brings us to the next point. Remember, I talked about like discipline, and I talked about money management. What is that about? So in my previous videos, I've been recommending that whenever you're investing in crypto, you want to set aside a working budget, and this working budget should be like 1 month's salary, or maybe about 10% of your annual income. That is something that is not going to do massive damage to you. It's one of those set and forget kind of budgets that you should be working with. Now, if we're going to do that at the market at a high, I don't think that's the best decision, and a lot of people, can probably use some common sense and understand that, let's say if Bitcoin just hit a high, or if any cryptocurrency, Ethereum just hit a high, does it make sense to go in when it's at the high? Of course not, because, okay, does it make sense? It makes some sense because the high can go higher, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to put all your eggs into that basket at that point. I'm not trying to say that you should be putting your eggs in different baskets, but timing is the key. So how are we going to get around this issue of timing? Think of it as a very common insurance. In insurance, they have this thing called the investment-linked policy, and investment-linked policy, many of them, I mean, you could go in two ways. You could pay like an annual premium, or most of the time, insurance advisors will actually suggest that you get it on a monthly subscription. A monthly subscription buys you a little bit of the underlying mutual fund products, or assets or indices, whatever that the particular investment-linked policy is associated with over a regulated period of time. So how that comes into play in what I mentioned about money management and timing and discipline is that if you have that 10% working budget set aside, if it's the market low, by all means, you can go a larger amount. Maybe it would be a wise idea, like 5% of your annual into that. So like half of your working budget in at a market bottom. So yesterday would have been a very, very good time to put half your working budget into the cryptocurrencies. Now, the other what about the rest of it? Or let's say, what if you're watching this video a few months later from now and it's not a market bottom anymore? Then you want to take a different approach. Instead, think of it as doing like a regular habit of investing 10% of your monthly salary into cryptocurrency. When you make it a disciplined thing, when you do it a certain day of every month, it actually averages out your element of risk by spreading your purchase intervals, into various intervals. And that is enable you to get the currency at different pricing. However, there is one problem with that, and the only problem with that would be that over the next 12 months, everything could go up as a whole as well. So a good route would be to find a very pronounced market correction and then get in like 30% of your working capital, half your working capital, and then over the rest, just kind of spread it out and make it a regular thing. So that is what I actually suggest in getting into it. And the next question is like, how are you going to get started? So there are many ways of getting started, but let's say, okay, you need to get into an exchange, a local exchange, an international exchange, whatever, that enables you to purchase, some of the main coins. You want to get some main coins, some altcoins, and down the road you may want to look into ICOs as well. But I don't think ICOs is something totally for newbies. In fact, it can be quite overwhelming for newbies. The whole procedure of this, if you haven't done any form of like crypto investing, I suggest that you save that for later. But just stick with the main coins. Main coins talking about like you got your Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, Dash, IOTA. These ones, anyone's in the top 10 of coin market cap, is good to kind of spread your risk out. Now, where like I said, get a local exchange, international exchange. But the downside of those things is that, okay, while they do give you good rates and maybe low fees, but you lose out in speed. So many exchanges, they are restricting their admissions right now because they cannot keep up. Also, they're like, the government's coming on them with KYC requirements and all that. So the best route really is that if you're in a good moment with a good price, you want something instantaneous and you can get started in the markets like right away. So it's what happened like when I made the video last night. We all know that when I made the video, 2 hours later the market bottomed out. What do you think I did? I went into my IQ option account. I funded it up with my debit card, okay, and I was just taking trades. I was like swiping my card again and again and actually buying because it was like market was giving up bargain prices. So why not? And at that time, I couldn't do it via my exchange, my local exchange, which offers me great rates and low commissions. Why? Because it's after office hours. Who's going to be around to verify the transaction? So by the time, although the rates are great, but I don't think it's going to be as worthwhile if I were to wait till the next morning because the price would have gone up already. True enough, today when I woke up, everything moved up between 12 and 20%, which was really, really awesome. So I'm going to be putting the link where you can actually get started. I'll be giving you a couple of options, and if you don't see that right away in the video description, do check back again. I'll put it there. For those of you who write it down quickly, it's thebinarylab.net/crypto. Okay, thebinarylab.net/crypto. Right now, this link is going to link you directly to opening IQ option account through the Binary Lab. And I'm going to be updating this page, the same link, all right, down the road. I'm going to be listing a whole bunch of exchanges that you guys can join up to. It's good to join up as many exchanges as you can because you never know when one is going to have something exotic that you want to trade that the other ones don't have. All right, so that's basically all I have to say in this video for you. And do take note, like what I mentioned here in this video, it's something that only works with something that is going to be generally appreciating over a period of time, such as what crypto is going to be doing. Crypto will be having the funds influx because of the expanding infrastructure. There's just so many things to happen in this industry. So, at this moment, sneezing. I was sneezing. Excuse me. Forgot I have the mic right strapped to my neck, so you guys are going to hear all of that. Alright, so anyway, thank you for liking my videos and subscribe to my channel if you find what I say makes sense or helps you in some way. As you can see, I'm walking the dog, so I'm not actually very able to reply comments right now, but I will do so once I get off the video. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.